Hello to all my freedom-loving woo homies out there. It's your boy Sid, the tarot guy next door, back with a collective reading for the full moon in Leo, which will be taking place on February 5th. If you live in Eastern time, that'll be at some point in the afternoon. So I'm going to do a 5x3 tableau with my borderless Rider-Waite-Smith deck. The question that I shuffled on is, how can we shine our brightest? To be honest, I'm not a fan of the wording. However, for a full moon in Leo, with playing into the last couple woo readings that I've done, it really did feel like the best question. And for these three oracle cards, you can, I shuffled on what does this group need to know? You can pick one, two, or all three of these, depending on what resonates with you the most. And our significator, collectively, for Aquarius season is the Page of Wands. As a reminder, I do not use reversals when I do a tableau, so any cards that come up reverse, pay them no mind, like this Six of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So let me find our Page of Wands significator. Shouldn't be too long. I haven't used this deck in a while for one of these woo readings. It feels good to come back to it. Ooh, there's the king. And the page is far off. Okay. You'll understand why I reacted that way in a second. Like that. I knew the moon would be in the spread based on how, where it was. So anyway, I'm going to organize all of this, stare at it a bunch, and I'll see you right now. So before I share the reading itself, I just want to point out the elephant in the room. The Empress has been with us this entire time. She's come up in all three readings for Aquarius season, which really emphasizes the idea of creating something, of bringing something into the world that was not part of this world before. However, there is another aspect of Empress energy which comes out to this. In a word, I think the way we can shine our brightest through this period, and this is another one of these readings that it feels like it has a longer time range than 2 weeks. That should be obvious as I progress. But the way we can shine our brightest is to harness the power of nostalgia. I think we can all agree that no matter what side of what issue that anyone is on, I think everyone misses the world of 2019 and before. And I think that by finding a creative and unique way of tapping into that, we can help people cross over into the new world in a way that is more fruitful to, the cause of freedom, for lack of a better phrase. But it would have to be something new because the world of 2019 isn't coming back. That's kind of a given. But I think that through... Okay, actually, before I finish my sentence, I'm going to have to call out another elephant in the room for me, which is the Nine of Cups in the middle of this whole reading. And it's funny because my key phrase for, I call the Nine of Cups the wish card. A lot of people do. That's kind of the general accepted meaning of it. So the notion of wish fulfillment is, well, central to this whole reading. However, what that means is kind of a mystery to me. And I think that is a feature of this reading, not a bug. I think that it's going to be on each individual to find out what they can create to fulfill some kind of wish that can help people cross over into the new world. And I keep pointing at this card. I think that something that we can shine at is being the proverbial boatsman in this Six of Swords card, to really help people by to help people shift from to help people shift into the new normal by bringing back things from the world of old which can still apply in this new normal, because I'll say it again, it probably won't be the last time I say it in this reading. The world of before is gone. It ain't coming back. However, I think that people are too keen to completely turn their backs on it, and I think that the way to bring about the world that we want to see is to find a way to transmute this feeling of nostalgia, this longing for the world of before, the before time, into what can actually be useful for us for the road ahead. There was something else that I wanted to point out. Okay, first of all, I just want to point this out because I noticed it again now. There are 3 9s in this reading. I don't do like angel numbers or that kind of thing, but if 999 is meaningful to you, that is something that you might want to look into. But the reason that this jumped out is because this diagonal here I found very interesting. 9 of Swords, 9 of Cups, 4 of Swords. So basically from anxiety through wish fulfillment to rest, recuperation, and restructuring our thoughts, putting our ideas in order. That is something that we can help bring about in this new world. And it's going to involve some kind of unique quirkiness. I think that the key to figuring out what this 9 of Cups is for each one of us is to figure out what it is, and I kind of alluded to that in the new moon in Aquarius reading. Which fun fact, the new moon in Aquarius will be taking place tomorrow for me. I'm recording this on the 20th. Anyway, I think that the key to figuring out what this 9 of Cups is for each individual watching this is to find out like what quirky, unique thing about me can serve as a bridge into the future that I want to build while also appealing to the world of 2019 and before. I think that can be something really valuable for each one of us to figure out. And I think that through that, we can, help people cross over and realize that the new way of seeing things can be a world of independence and wealth and abundance, as opposed to, the darker themes that have come up collectively in the last couple years. I have a feeling there was something I wanted to say about the moon card. I think that how the moon card plays in, it plays in again, off of this little 3 line here, 9 of Swords, Moon, 6 of Swords. I think it's very related to the 9 of Swords, 9 of Cups, 4 of Swords here, in the sense of something that I say a lot about the Moon card. I've used this metaphor ad nauseum on this channel, but I'm going to use it yet again. The notion of walking through a dark forest at night with all sorts of glowy eyes looking back at you. It's a very scary, uncertain, unnerving experience. And the message of hope in this card is that there is a path down the middle of this card to the top of the mountain here, which also plays into the 6 of Swords here, where I was talking about how we can be the proverbial boatsman who can serve as some kind of guiding light to get the people who are anxious, or who are anxious when they think about how the world of old is gone forever, and to tap into that longing. And again, in our own and unique way, I don't know what this 9 of Cups means per se. So whenever I point to that, it's kind of hand wavy, but I think that is the task. That is the task for you as a person watching this, especially if this resonates with you, to find out like what your fish in a cup is. There's a fish in the Page of Cups is cup. Anyway, what your fish in a cup is, which can serve as the central key to all of this. What else? I I feel like the Chariot is... I feel bad that I haven't said that much about the Chariot up to this point. I think that coming into this, because I read time this way, which is kind of why I like putting the significator here with an emphasis on the future. But I think that the things that we've done collectively through finding a place of balance between, for lack of a better phrase, self-nurturing and licking our own wounds to prepare ourselves for moments like this, and to find the balance through that between the extremely bold, dynamic, let's go get her done energy of the Knight of Wands, to temper that and to make these two opposites work together. I'm pointing to the two sphinxes here, which is one of the themes of the Chariot. I think that that is what puts us in a good position to serve as this boatsman to help people cross over. But in essence, I really think that, because I don't think I can say much more without looping, but I'm going to summarize by saying that if we can find ways to use the things that we miss most in the past and transmute them in a way that is usable and doable in the world of the future that we're marching into, that can be the way that we can shine the most. And it's up to you to figure out what wish you can grant. I heard myself say that just now, and I'll just remind you of a theme that's come up in the last couple Woo readings, which is to maybe actually, this is something to consider, that whatever your means of fulfilling the wish is, revolves around solving a practical, tangible problem for people, in a way that kind of reminds them of the world of old. Because there's a feeling, actually, now that I think of it, there's a feeling of generosity and community in the sixes of the tarot in general, but these two passive sixes here, water and air. Anyway, let's scratch that point from the record. You never heard it. But these two sixes here have the spirit of community that comes through in these two sixes here. The way in which the people in each respective card are helping each other out can serve as a guiding light to help shepherd the people who want to cross over with us, so that they can gain the wisdom that is inherent in the Hangman here on the rightermost edge of this reading. Yep. I think that is it for the tarot portion of this reading. So I'm going to jump to the Oracle card portion. So for those of you who picked the Wisdom of the Oracle, your card is the Fates. Interesting. I'm going to need a moment to stare at this card. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm not going to put much emphasis on the word the Fates. I'm going to put much more emphasis on the image here. I think for the people that resonate with this card or that chose this card, I think the opportunity that you have is to provide people an opportunity to relax. I think that we've been under such stress over these last couple of years. I think that people would long for the opportunity to just kick their hair down in a way where they don't need to like, if you can find a way to make people forget about the outside world for just a moment, that could be a way that you can really shine, and to make them really feel good and be happy and be in the present moment, you know, where all you can do is just, you know, enjoy the pleasures that this moment has to offer. I think that's something that this group can potentially be good at. If you chose the Prism Oracle, your card is Determination. Well, that's pretty straightforward. I don't know if I can get a good angle. It probably doesn't look very good, so I'm gonna... Anyway, Determination. Don't give up. don't let the difficulties that you might face figuring out what your Nine of Cups is, what your fish in a cup is, how you can help people cross over and discover this new perspective. I think if you hold the vision that you have in mind, that you can use that as a target and to really do what you can to develop a magnificent obsession for this vision so that you can really, through the dynamism of your enthusiasm, help people get over their anxiety and the fear so that they can actually get on board and cross over. For those of you who picked this, the Remembrance, Jesus Christ, how fitting. Anyway, let me read what is on this card. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul in body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. It's going to be difficult for me to figure out what to add to this. Give me a second. The main thing that comes to mind is, I think some of the, for those of you who picked this card, there's value in knowing in determining what makes a tool valuable and what makes it not valuable. There is value in both. So I would invite you, based on this card, to remember the things that worked in the past and also the things that haven't worked in the past. So when I say haven't worked in the past, I'm talking specifically about this last 2.5 to 3 years. So whatever didn't work, try to remember those lessons so that you don't, bang your head against a wall and get a bunch of people lost in the proverbial desert. So that is what I have for you. Thank you very much for watching. If this resonated with you, please give this video a like. It helps out this channel. I've said this before, these videos are what this channel is about as far as I'm concerned. The pick a card stuff is fun, and I know that I can help people, but this shit is what really gets my juices flowing. So thank you very much for your interest in this, and y'all take care. I'll see you, well, for the woo readings probably in a couple weeks. All right, later.